we got some Pokemon cards to look at. This was a really weird ad, by the way. This was a very strange ad that I clicked away from. We're going to go over Time Gazer and Space Juggler. When was this released? This was released on Poke Beach. Oh, wow. This was okay. This was a long time ago. Holy crap. I forgot it's the middle of April already. All right. Time Gazer and Space Juggler. We've done some analysis of this product. This is going to be in our new set in May. Astral Radiance, essentially the Legends Arceus set. And you see here the new Dialga and Palkia designs. I call them Primal Dialga and Primal Palkia because that's basically what they are, but it is what it is. We'll be grading on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 means don't play this card. It's not good. Only play it if you absolutely have to. Like if it's an evolution Pokemon and you have to play it, play it. If it's a 5, busted. Game defining. Scale of 1 to 5, 5 busted, 1 probably trashed here. Let's get into it. And we're not starting off strong, folks. I can tell you right now. Yanma. It's a grass type, 60 HP basic Pokemon. For a grass energy, it has speed dive for 20 damage, weakness to fire. Retreat cost of 0 is actually pretty solid, unless the Yanmega is very good though. This card is just not good. This is a 1. Yanmega, can you make up for it? We've had some good Yanmega cards in the past. Yanmega grass, 120 HP evolves from the Yanma. 120 HP is not good. For a grass energy, Razor Wing for 30 damage, 2 colorless energy for wide wing. It can be used with double turbo energy, 40 plus damage. If you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, this attack does 80 more damage. Caps out at 120. This card is bad. Retreat cost of 0. Again, it's a boon, but it's not that good of a 1. Leafeon. Maybe evolutions are going to be pretty good. Grass, 110 HP. That's, again, bad, but I guess not terrible for an evolution. For a colorless, you have Energy Garden. Search your deck for up to 3 different types of basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. For grass and 2 colorless, Leaf Cyclone, 120 damage. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. Weak to fire, retreat cost of 2. The first attack is interesting. I will give it that. That first attack is interesting. If it was on a basic, it would be probably pretty good. The fact that you have to commit to the Eevee, not so much. I will still give it a 2. I think the attack is interesting, although it will immediately die. That said, 1 prizer's dying is not really that much of an impact in the current format. Shaman, grass, 70 HP basic Pokemon. For a colorless, you have Bright Gift. This attack can be used only on your first turn. If you go second, search your deck for up to 3 cards. Whoa! Then shuffle your deck. Grass, bounce around for 30 damage. Retreat cost of 1, weak to fire. The weakness doesn't really matter here. That first attack is spicy. Only on your first turn if you go second. So, I mean, you need to run 4 of these things. I'm trying to think of... Oh, I like this card, but I don't think there's any deck that wants to use it. At all, really. Because it's then at the end of your turn, you can get Marnied. You didn't power anything up like you would with Arceus. Mew doesn't care about this deck. None of the Arceus decks care about this deck. I don't think the single strike decks don't care about this. They want to attach that. Yeah, I don't think any deck cares about this. I do love the card though. I'll give it a 2. It's not going to be good or playable, but I like it, so it's not garbage tier. Petalil, grass, 50 HP. Grass, or for a grass energy, spin turn, 10 damage, switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Hey, could be worse if we get an item lock ability. This thing is useful. Actually, that's actually, hold on, that's actually pretty good. If it is only 10 damage, but if you put a choice belt on it, that is 40 damage, which like it will take 10, it'll take 8 turns to knock out most Pokemon V Max. But if you have item lock, it could be worse. I'm gonna give this thing a 2 as well. This is just good. This line on a Pokemon is just very, very good. If we get an item lock, or some other ability, or some other Pokemon that has an ability that requires it to be in the active, this is just very good. Could be better, but you know, it's still pretty good. And Hisuian Lilligant, the first Hisuian Pokemon so far in this card dump. 110 HP for a grass Pokemon. Stage 1 evolves from Petalil. Again, these low HP numbers, they're not making me happy, man. 2 colorless energy, Twister Lutz. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's not bad. Put a telescopic sight on it, you're doing 50 to all of the bench. For grass and 2 colorless, Leaf Step for 100 damage. Yeah, unfortunately, there's cards that just do this, but better. The fact that it's an evolution, Makes it too slow. Honestly, I'm probably going to give it a 1. I just don't think it's good enough. I'm going to give it a 1. Hisuian Lilligant V. All right, the big boy version. 200 HP. Well, that's fine. Basic Pokemon for a Grass Pokemon V for no energy cost. For 0 energy cost. Dance. Draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. That's pretty good for what I imagine. I'm pretty sure I saw Hisuian. Yeah, all right. So there's a V-Star. That's pretty good for a base form. For grass and for 2 grass and a colorless leaf step, 130 damage. That attack doesn't really matter. 2 retreat cost, weakness to fire. Again, none of that really matters, although this could come up because if you have no energy here, you're not going to want to commit any energy for the retreat, but it does get free retreat with Air Balloon. This card's pretty good. Again, as a base, it's not Galarian Moltres or Galarian Zapdos level of good, but I will give this card a 3. Like, this is just, if you're if Hisuian Lilligant V is somehow a deck and you're going second and you need to attack, this is a really good attack. It doesn't get your energy on the board. It's not Arceus V's attack, Trinity Charge, but it's pretty baller. All right, the V-Star, Hisuian Lilligant V-Star, 260 HP, evolves from Hisuian Lilligant V. This bad girl right here. For 2 grass and 1 colorless, parallel spins, so the same cost as Leaf Step. That's convenient. 130 plus damage. You may return an energy card attached to this Pokemon to your hand. If you do, this attack does 100 more damage. Woo! That's pretty good. Ability, Star Perfume. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 and any combination of grass Pokemon and grass energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand. Holy Jesus. What? Okay, this is already solid. This is bonkers. Leafeon has to be a deck after this. I know there's some other grass Pokemon V. Shaman V-Star. Shaman V-Star also came out recently. Maybe that'll be good with this. There has to be something, man. Shaman V-Star is good. This card's good. Leafeon's good. There's got to be something. There's got to be some type of grass deck now. Holy cow, this thing's like a 4. I just don't think is a great enabler, and the attack is solid. It's not busted, but it's really solid. I'm giving this thing a 4. Retreat cost of 1, 2. That's great, man. This card's good. I'm going to have to start looking at like a grass toolbox deck because it's just getting better and better as time goes on. All right, Cyndaquil, we're on to the fire types. 60 HP for a basic fire Pokemon. For a colorless, you have energy charge. Search deck for up to 2 basic energy cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I almost got so excited for this damn card. I almost got so excited. 2 energy to your hand is not bad, but still. For colorless, live cold, 10 damage, weakness to water doesn't matter, retreat cost of 1. If these had put them onto one of your benched Pokemon, or even just onto the Cyndaquil, I would have given this thing a 2. But this is bad. God damn it, that's a 1. Again, could be worse. I guess we'll give it a 2. It could be worse. Quilava, 90 HP for a fire type. No, why? What the hell, man? For colorless, tackle, 20 damage. For colorless, flare, 40 damage. Resistance, none. Retreat, 1. Weakness to water, 1. This card's bad. You're never going to use it, even if the Typhlosion's good. Oh, it's going to be Hisuian Typhlosion. I think we've already seen that then. But we will see. Hisuian Typhlosion is probably going to be a psychic type, if I had to guess. Poliwag, 60 HP for a water type basic Pokemon. Water, bounce back, 10 damage, flip a coin if head, prevent all effective attacks, including damage on this Pokemon during opponent's next turn. 1. Retreat cost of 1 is fine. It's a 1. It's a Poliwag. 90 HP, water, evolves from Poliwag. Water, beat, 30 damage. Water, 2 colorless, double smash, 50 damage. Okay, 1, again, bad. Politoed. Ooh, Politoed. 140 HP. Okay, it is a stage 2. It's a little bit low for a stage 2, but it's okay. Evolves from Poliwhirl or with Rare Candy. Double colorless, King's Dance, 10 plus damage. I'm seeing a lot of these, man. They really want that double turbo energy to start making waves. 10 plus damage. If Poliwag is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. If Poliwhirl is on your bench, this attack does 90 more damage. If Poliwrath is on your bench, this attack does... What? Water 2 colors, Hydro Splash, 100 damage. Okay. 10 plus damage. This does 60 more damage. Okay, so that's 70. That's 160. That's 280. Choice Belt, 310. Hold on. This is such a cool gimmick. It sucks. It's never gonna happen. It would take so much finagling to make this work because you would need all of your Poliwags out. They would all have to be on the bench. I think there's a way you can finagle. I think there's a way you can get Pokemon onto the bench without having the Poliwags, but what? I'm giving this a 3 just because I love this gimmick. This is so hard to pull off, but if you can do it, like whoever you're playing against, if you can make this happen against somebody, that person should just automatically scoop out of sheer respect. Also, I can't believe those are the only 2 fire types in this half of the set. Okay, Mantine, 110 HP for a basic water Pokemon. For colorless, carry ashore, choose a basic Pokemon from either player's discard pile and play it onto the owner's bench. Echoing Horn in an attack, it's okay, but it's not very good. 2 water and a colorless Aqua adds 100 damage. 1, you're never going to play this, you're just going to play Echoing Horn. Maybe if Echoing Horn rotates and this is in not rotated, you'll see play, but I doubt it. All right, Oshawott, 70 HP. Love to see it above 60. Basic water Pokemon. For colorless, beat does 10 damage. It still, alas, will only get a 1 star. Duat, 90 HP. Stage 1 evolves from Oshawott. Razor Shell, 20 plus damage. Flip a coin. If heads, its attack does 20 more damage. A 1. Again, it's bad. Retreat cost of 1 is fine. Whatever. And the Hisuian, I'm forgetting its name. The Hisuian final evolution, I believe, is a dark type. Ducklet, water, 60 HP for a basic Pokemon. Water, Wave Splash 1. Again, Swanna, give me something good. 120 HP, stage 1 evolves from Ducklet. Water, Pulse 20 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. That's not bad. Water, and 2 water and a colorless, Air Slash, 130 damage. Discard injury from this Pokemon. Two, I guess. Could be worse. No, you know what? I'm not disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting the 2 like that. Resistance of fighting is actually nice, but I don't think it matters. 1. Electrike, 60 HP for a basic lightning Pokemon. For a lightning energy, Zap Kick, 20 damage. For 2 colorless, Thunderfang, 20 damage with a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon not paralyzed. 1. Whatever, retreat cost of 1. Lightning, 120 HP, stage 1, evolves from Electrike. Bite, 50 damage for 2 colorless. Lightning and 2 colorless. Assault Laser, 80 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool card attached to it, this attack does 80 more damage. Good, but niche 2. Good, but niche 2. 160 for 3 energy ain't bad. Choice belt on 190. It'll 2-hit KO pretty much anything. But again, tools are pretty prevalent, but still a little niche, easily played around. Luxray V. This art is sick. Akira Egawa. Dude, this is quickly, whoever they are quickly becoming my favorite artist. This art is so good, and I love Luxray, man. I'm a huge Luxray fan. All right, Lightning, 210 HP, basic Pokemon V for 2 colorless energy. Fang, Snipe, 30 damage. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard a trainer card you find there. Yo! You get full knowledge of your opponent's hand. You discard a trainer, their supporter for next turn. Yo! You can even charge that up on your first turn. Who cares about the 30 damage? Talk about some good control strategies. For 2 lightning and a colorless, Radiating Pulse, 120 damage. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Your opponent's active now points. Whoa! Dude! Luxray Flaffy! A cringe deck for sure, but a fun one. Oh my god. Luxray v Flaffy actually might be baller. That might actually be good. I'm giving this thing a 3. Everyone else is probably going to give it a 1. But Flaffy Luxray v Control? Anybody? I see it. Holy crap. That card's retreat cost of only 1 too. So you discard 2, you retreat it onto the bench, you bring up your other Luxray that you just fully charged up, and you just keep paralyzing your opponent's active. The only way they get out is with a switch. That's so good. What the hell? Okay, you know what? We'll move on. I like this card. I'm going to be building a deck with this card. Regieleki, 130 HP for a basic electric Pokemon. Not a Pokemon V. For colorless, electromagnetic sonar. Put an item card. No way. Put an item card from your discard pile into your hand. For 2 lightning and a colorless, target bolt, discard 2 lightning energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 220 damage to one of your opponent's bench. Okay, there's a lightning control deck brewing in my brain. Regieleki, Luxray, Flaffy. That's it. That's all you need. Do you get bodied by Urshifus? Yeah, sure. But so does Arceus. And hey, if Urshifu's paralyzed, can't attack. What the hell? These two cards are like actually good. I'm gonna give this one a 3 as well. It's not as good as Junk Hunt, but it's pretty damn solid. What? Dude, I'm a huge fan. Okay, Hisuian Typhlosion, we finally get to you. I think I've seen you before. 150 HP, evolves from Quilava. Spectral Ball, the ability once during your turn, you may discard a psychic energy card from your hand. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon have to be burned and confused. I like it. I like the ability. Psychic and a colorless Shadow Bind, 90 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. You basically also give it paralysis. I'm gonna be honest, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Just for discarding a psychic, you get the burn, you get the confusion, nice status conditions, Shadow Bind, 90 damage, slow energy cost, but I'll give it a, I don't remember what I gave it before, but I'm gonna give it a 2. I think it combos well with some of the other Hisuian stuff. I don't know if you can really play them together that well, considering they're both stage 2s. We'll have to look and see. It's not bad. I'm gonna give it a 2. This is a competent card. This is a competent card. Mawile. 90 HP for a basic psychic Pokemon. For a colorless, you have Sweet Trap. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. During your next turn, damage on the defending Pokemon is increased by 90. Cute, but psychic and 2 colorless, bite 90 damage. It's cute. It's not going to do anything. 1. Jirachi V, 180 HP for a basic Pokemon. Ability Wish Bridge. When your basic Pokemon V is knocked out by damage from an opponent's Pokemon's attack, you may choose 1 basic energy card from the knocked out Pokemon and move it to one of your other Pokemon. So it's experience share on a Pokemon. For psychic and colorless, Hypno Strike, 60 damage. Both active Pokemon are now asleep. I mean, it's, again, this is a cute gimmick, but it could be a little competent if you didn't want to run experience here and you needed something. But it is only basic energies. I'll give it a 2. Again, it's like I see it. I see what you're doing, but it's not great. Drifloon for a psychic, 60 HP basic Pokemon. For a psychic energy, triple spin, flip 3 coins. Its attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. 1. If I could give it, if I wanted to give it a 0, if I thought that counted on the scale, I would give it a 0. 110 HP. For a stage 1 psychic Pokemon, Drifblim evolves from Drifloon. For a psychic, Spooky Balloon, 50 damage. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. A 1. Again, if this did 2 damage counters on all of your opponent's bench Pokemon, this card's fire. We might actually have a single prizer deck, another single prizer deck coming up. That would have been pretty solid. 50 damage hits, Urshifu's for weakness. Hits, a lot of things for a good amount of damage, but no, alas, not very good. Cresselia, 120 HP for a basic psychic Pokemon. For a psychic energy, Moonlight Reversal. Move 2 damage counters from each of your Pokemon to 1. From each of your Pokemon? For 2 psychic and a colorless, Luna Blast, 110 damage. Oh, what? Move 2 damage counters from each of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So that could be up to 120 damage that you heal and deal to your opponent. Is this crazy and expanded with Dusknoir? I feel like this card's good. I feel like this should be very good, actually. Like, what? Also, doesn't this just like body Jolteon decks if you time it properly? I'm gonna give this card a 2. I think there's potential here. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to break it, but I think there's potential. Hisuian Growlithe, 80 HP for a fighting basic Pokemon. For no energy defensive stance, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all damage from attacks on this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. I mean, whatever, it doesn't take any energy, so there's no commitment. For fighting Nicholas, bite, 30 damage. 80 HP, 2 retreat cost is a basic. Free potential, take no damage. I'll give it a 2. Hisuian Arcanine, this bad boy. Look how cool they look. Look how cool they look. This is sick. All right, 150 HP on a stage 1. Yes, I like these HP numbers. For a fighting and a colorless, you have Rock Smash for 50 damage. For 2 fighting and a colorless, Scorching Horn, 80 plus damage. If this Pokemon has any fire energy attached to it, this attack does 80 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. So effectively, 180 damage. Weak to grass, retreat cost of 2. I mean, it one-shots Arceus. Does it do anything else competent? Not really. I mean, it survives a 2 Fusion Strike energy Mew attack, Meloetta attack. Could be worse. I'll give it a 2. Alright, Poliwrath. This is the other card you need on the field if you want the Politoed attack to hit the big numbers. 160 HP for a stage 2. Water, spinning punch, 60 damage. Your opponent's active weapon is now confused. Whatever, don't care. Water 2 colorless, splash, loop, 160 damage. Return 2 energy attached to this Pokemon to your hand. Requires water energy. You'd be playing it in the Politoed deck, so smart move there. I like the gimmick. Okay, it's not weak to lightning. It's weak to psychic. I was about to say that's a pretty fun, funky, and fresh thing they did there. No. Give it a 2. Give it a 1. This card is bad. You would only ever play it in the Politoed because you wanted to have the Mimic. Okay, Machamp V. Ooh, we're getting another V Max. What? Fighting, 220 HP for a basic Pokemon. Fighting in colorless, Revenge Buster, 50 plus damage. If your benched Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 50 more damage. So 100 damage for 2 energy. For 2 fighting and a colorless, Seismic Toss for 140. Tree Cuts to 2, resistance to grass doesn't matter. Weakness to fire times 2. No, it's weakness to psychic. What the hell? What's going on? What's going on here? There's no. I was about to say resistance to grass is wild. Excuse me? Is it down here? What? Where did this come from? I'm so confused. The card's a 1. The card's not good. Anyways, Machamp VMAX, 330 HP, kind of the upper limit for just regular VMAXs. That's not Wailord VMAX. Revenge Buster for fighting and a colorless, 80 plus damage. If any of your benched Pokemon have damage counters on them, this attack is 140 more damage. Aha! Revenge Buster 1, Revenge Buster 2. It's still not very good. It does 220 damage. Could be worse. For 2 fighting and a colorless, max charge, 240. Man, this is like almost good. You bump this up to 90 and 150, and we're talking. This card's like. This card's almost good. It's like 90 plus 150, then you're hitting 240. You're one-shotting a lot of. You're doing a good job of one-shotting a lot of V-stars. You put on a choice belt. You're even closer to one-shotting. You're otherwise 2-shotting, which is kind of the meta at the moment, but like. It is only a 2 energy commitment, but you just get killed. You just get obliterated so hard by Mew, and. I don't think it's worth it. Like, the Urshifu decks can really hold their own, but like this doesn't do the level of damage that Single Strike Urshifu does. It does not have the reach to the bench that Rapid Strike Urshifu does. It's just like a worse version of Urshifu. I'll give it a 2. Being a worse Urshifu is not the worst place to be in the world, but it's still not great. So. And your bench Pokemon having damage counters on them is not like it's not like a hard requirement to hit. Okay, Sudowoodo, 110 HP, basic fighting Pokemon. Ability Skedaddle, love the translation name there. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, its retreat cost is 0. Oh? That's pretty good. For 2 fighting, double edge, 90 damage, this Pokemon does 3 damage to itself. This could be convenient. This is a very good pivot Pokemon that does not require a tool on it. Does not require an air balloon commitment. It's not bad. 2. Could be worse. It's not busted, but could be worse. Cranidos, fighting, 90 HP. Stage 1 evolves from unidentified fossil. 20 damage for a fighting energy is Ram. 2 fighting for Stone Edge. 40 plus damage with a coin. 1. Rampardos, 170 HP. Stage 2 evolves from Cranidos. Flying Head, it does 60 damage. Whoops, we're just closing out Discord there. For 2 fighting, Jurassic Hammer. I mean, I like that they're mirroring the attack cost. That makes me happy. 240 damage if your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in hand. This attack does nothing. That's a lot of HP, and that's a lot of damage. Huh. Weak to grass, retreat cost of 2. Yeah, this is probably just a 1. Yep, just a 1. Okay. Like maybe if you can judge. If you can judge them, and you have 3 cards in your hand. Wait, no, judge is 4 cards. Never mind. Never mind. If this said 4 cards and you had judge, then this thing would be great. Never mind. All right. Mienfoo fighting, 60 HP for a basic Pokemon. For a fighting energy, chop, 10 damage. For a fighting in a color spinning kick for 30 damage. Retreat cost of 1. The rating is also a 1. Mienshao, 90 HP for a stage 1 fighting Pokemon. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is just them having fun. All right, that's just them having fun. For a fighting Mienfoo Smack. What is? All right, the translation team's on something today. 30 damage, whatever. Fighting in the colors, double a smash. Flip 2 coins. Its attack does 70 damage. Okay, this card's very bad. 1, but look at this art. Look at this art. This art is sick. This art's so good. I love it. Card's terrible though. All right, Spinarak, dark, 50 HP basic Pokemon. Poison Sting for a dark energy does 10 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. This is not terrible, but it's still a 1. Ariados, 90 HP for... What is with these 90 HP stage 1s? Just give them 110 and call it a day. Stage 1 evolves from Spinarak for a dark energy tangling string, 10 plus damage. This attack doesn't addition. This attack does... Okay. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. There's already a better version of this in Leafeon. You're not gonna use this thing. 1. Yeah, I don't even need to read this. Leafeon is just better. All right. Hisuian Samurott. Here we go. 170 HP. Stage 2 evolves from Duat. Ability, Tricky Stance. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. This is great. This is a great ability. This is really good. It's on a stage 2. It's a little bit more limiting. But the card itself is baller. For a dark and 2 colorless Dark Prison, 60 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. This card is just good. If it was a stage 1, if this thing was a basic, it would have to be Pokemon V. If this was a basic Pokemon V or even a V Max, this card would be busted. The fact that it's a stage 2, it hurts it. But I legitimately think that this could be a good deck. I think a Hisuian Samurott deck could very legitimately do a lot of damage, especially we know we are getting a Darkrai I believe in our May set as well. You know, Turbo Dark might just be better without the Hisuian Samurott, but it's a draw engine. It's a great attacker. It's only weak to grass, which really does not matter in the current meta. Retreat cost of 2 is a little mediocre, but it's okay. I'm giving this thing a 3. I don't think it's busted. I just think it's really, really solid. I'm giving it a 3. All right. Nickit, 60 HP for a darkness Pokemon. Basic, colorless rear kick, 10 damage, 1. Thievul, 100 HP. You're closer to the 110 mark for a Dark Stage 1. Ability Befuddle. If your opponent has 2 or fewer prize cards remaining, supporter cards played from your opponent's hand have no effect on your benched Pokemon V. For 2 dark and colors, Sharp Fang, 110 damage. This is so interesting. Is this worth running ever? I think this is another 2. This set has had a lot of 2s instead of just like 1s across the board and then a few 3s and 4s. This is interesting. This is an interesting ability. I'm trying, like, this could very well be a tech in Eternatus, like pre-rotation to stop your opponent from being able to really clean up the last couple of prizes. This is pretty solid. I'm gonna give it a 2. It's still not very good. It's super situational, but I see the potential. Magnemite, metal, 60 HP, basic Pokemon. For a colorless energy, magnet, catch. Search your discard pile for up to 3 mounting. Okay, metal energy. All right, 1. If it attached, it'd be pretty solid. It's not resistant to grass. It's not bad. It's still 1. All right, Magneton, metal, 90 HP, stage 1 evolves from Magnemite for a metal and a colorless bounce back, 50 damage, which opponent's active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. There was another attack titled Bounced Back that I don't think did this. This is actually not terrible. Oh, your opponent chooses the benched Pokemon to switch with. Never mind, it's garbage. 1. Magnezone, 150 HP. Okay, respectable for a stage 2. Evolves from Magneton. Giga Magnet is the ability. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, choose any number of metal energy you find there, and attach those energy to your Pokemon in any way you like. Oh, I've seen this card before. This thing's good. I could see this with, like, Zacian decks. Zacian's going to be rotating soon, but, like, there's a new Zamazenta deck that's coming out. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not a deluge ability. It's not attaching from your hand, but if you run a critical mass of metal energy, this is just free attachments. It's pretty solid. Maybe I know we get Dialga in this set. Maybe Dialga Magnezone's a thing. I'll give this. Am I gonna give this thing a 3? No, I'm gonna give this thing another. No, I'm gonna give this thing a 3. I actually think that this is. I actually think this is quite good. I think this is going to be a really good form of energy acceleration for any deck that's not RCSV. So, and will that matter? No, probably not, because RCSV Star are just busted cards. But hey, you know, could be worse. Registeel, Metal, 130 HP, basic Pokemon. For a colorless, you have Regigate. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. I mean, it's fine. 2 metal and a colorless for heavy slam, 220 minus damage. This attack does 50 less damage for each colorless in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. It's actually not bad. Most Pokemon don't have huge retreat costs. I mean, it's terrible against the single strike decks. The single strike cards all have massive retreat costs, but like, usually at worst, you're going to be doing like 120 damage. Which potential to do more? Okay, you know what? I'll give you a 2 as well. I just don't think there's any way to like decrease the retreat cost of like all Pokemon on the field. I don't think that's a thing. If there was, it's pretty good. But yeah, only 2. Origin Dialga V. Okay, this is I think I've seen these cards before. I think these ones are pretty baller. This is where we get the interesting stuff happening. Basic Pokemon for a colorless metal coat. Attach up to 2 metal energy cards from discard pile to this Pokemon. Pretty solid. For 3 metal energy and a colorless, halt time for 180 damage. Why halting time does 180 damage? I will never know, but alas, it does. It's pretty good. That metal coat ability is quite solid. I'll give it a 2, mostly because this attack is just hot garbage. This is a, hey, you know, in an absolute emergency, we'll press this button and hope and pray it works. It's not a good, reliable attack, though. It's not a good, reliable attack. Hello! Welcome, friend. Welcome. We're reviewing Pokemon cards right now. These are like 3 weeks old. There's like 3-week-old news, but hey, we're on it now, so it is what it is. All right. Origin Dialga V Star. 280 HP. This is a chunky boy. Evolves from Dialga V. For a colorless, you have Metal Blast. 40 plus damage. This attack does 41 damage for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. This is good. This is solid. Remember that Magnezone we just talked about? Attach energy from the top 6 cards of your deck to any of your Pokemon. This is good. Metal Patch still exists. We have energy switches for Zacian. This thing, okay, how much energy would it take to one-shot anything in the format? Assuming 330 HP is the peak of what we are trying to hit. So what? 6 times 4, 10 times 4 is 400, 8 times 4 is 320. It would take 9 energy to one-shot anything. 8 energy plus a choice belt to one-shot energy, which means 4 energy plus a choice belt to two-shot anything. That's pretty freaking good. We have not even looked at the V-Star power yet. Holy Jesus, that's a big energy requirement. 1, 2, 3, 4 metal energy and a colorless for Chronos Star V-Star power, 220 damage. Take another turn after this one. Okay, I have seen this before. This card's busted. This is like, I actually think this is broken. Like, I will say the 5 energy requirement might do enough to balance it. Might. I say though, might. Because the problem is, again, the Magnezone exists, but mainly it is with just your energy attachment for turn, with Zacian V's ability, and then with Metal Patch. Metal Saucer. That's 3 energy attachments. Next turn, all you need, attachment for turn, Metal Saucer, you have Chronos Star. You do 220 damage, probably get very close to knocking something out. I mean, hell, you don't even need all of that. You can just Metal Coat if you discard fast enough, which is more than possible with things like Professor's Research and Ultra Ball being in the format. This card's good. I'm giving it a 5. I mean, hell, even Arceus V in the format can immediately power this thing up. This card's nasty. This card is nasty. It's disgusting. All right, 5 stars, 5 out of 5. Play this card. It's going to be busted at some point. It's probably going to be even worse than expanded. This is probably going to have to get banned and expanded. All right, Pawniard, metal, 60 HP, basic. Pokemon, no, not the stupid toe fungus thing. Metal energy for a reckless charge, 30 damage. The Pokemon also does 10 damage to itself. Weak to fire, resist grass, true cost 1. Great as a 1. Ah! Bisharp, 120 HP for a metal Pokemon. Stage 1 evolves from Pawniard. For metal energy, revenge slash, 30 plus damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each damage. Ooh, for each damage counter on your benched Pawniard. You only have 3 of them though. Wait, but it's for each damage counter on your bench Pawniard, not for each Pawniard with a damage counter on it. How much HP do these Pawniards have? 60? I mean, okay. So in a world where each Pawniard has 5 damage counters on it, you can have 3 Pawniards on the bench because you need 1 for the Bisharp. 5 times 3 is 150 times 3 is 450. That's actually kind of nuts. There was a Gyarados with a similar attack that was actually kind of good. This could be good. For metal and 2 colorless slicing blade, 90 damage. I'm going to give this thing a 2. I'm going to give this thing a 2. It's actually, I might even give it a 3. This thing's this could be a rogue deck. It doesn't hit for any weakness, but I don't think it matters. Because, I mean, hell, you would only really need, to be an actual threat, you would really only need a couple Pawniard with a significant amount of damage counters on them. And you're a 1 prize attacker, if you recycle things properly. Like, this is, I think this could be good. I'm giving it a 3. I'm giving it a 3. Eevee, colorless 50 HP basic Pokemon. Ability, Sympathetic Evolution. Once during your turn, when you play a card from your hand to evolve one of your other Eevee, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon and play it on this Pokemon to evolve it. Excuse me. Then shuffle your deck. Tackle, 20 damage for 2 colors. Of all of the possible Eevee evolving abilities, I think this is one of the worst ones. Unless it can somehow count for EVV. I don't think it's good. 1. Well, no, I can't give it a 1. It's not that bad. It's a 2. Compared to other EVs, though, it's a little disappointing. Chatot, 70 HP for a colorless basic Pokemon. Colorless energy, collect to draw a card. Colorless energy, prattle, 30 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during opponent's next turn. 1. It's not good. Regigigas, HP 150 for a colorless basic Pokemon. Ability, Ancient Wisdom. Once during your turn, if you have Regirock, Registeel, Regice, Regieleki, and Regidrago in play, so a full bench of Regis, you may search discard pile for up to 3 energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon. That's so underwhelming. What? For that requirement to only get discard pile energies and only to be able to attach them to one, you don't even get to like flex them around and choose who you attach them to? What? Okay, does this attack make up for it? 5 colorless energy, Giganto Break, 150 plus damage for opponent's active Pokemon VMAX. This attack does 150 more damage. I mean, like, that's a good attack. I'm a fan of that attack. But like, you could have, okay, this card is bad. If they want to make this card good, here's what they do. They cut this. They cut this completely. They give him 60 more HP. They make it 160 HP. They make him an actually like big chunky boy. And they make this ability, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V and Pokemon V Max. Or just Pokemon V Max. And then the card's good. That's all it takes. This doesn't even one-shot V-Stars. Wait, what? No, this card's garbage. 1, 0. I hate this card. It got my hopes up and it's just bad. Rufflet, 70 HP, colorless basic Pokemon. For a colorless energy claw, 30 damage, flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. And smack yourself silly. Alright, translation team. You got me. 1 on the card, 5 on the funny quips. Hisuian Braviary, colorless, HP 130, evolves from the Rufflet. It is Hisuian, so it requires no energy for this first attack. Psywave. This attack does 30 damage times the number of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Unfortunately, we don't really have attacks requiring massive amounts of energy, so it's not really that effective. You know, not costing anything is nice, but I would have liked this at least to be like 40 or 50 in order for it to be an even competitive attack, even if it needed to cost an energy. 3 colorless, slashing strike, 120 damage. This Pokemon can't use Slashing Strike during next turn, yada yada yada. It's a 1. It had potential. It had potential, but alas, they balanced it too hard. Skwovet, colorless, 60 HP basic Pokemon, and 20 damage. Weak to fighting, retreat cost of 1, 1. Breed it to colorless, 130 HP, evolves from Squovit. Colorless, collect, draw 2 cards. 2 colorless for dump, 60 plus damage. Discard your hand. If you discarded 5 or more cards this way, this attack does 150 more damage. That's not terrible, but you would really need to be able to draw back up on your next turn, like guarantee a draw. Which, like, I guess if you were running like the Zoroark and the Chinchino, you could draw pretty well, but I'll give it a 2. The damage is nice, but discarding your hand is just rough. Weird Deer V. We're almost to the end of this, or at least this half of the set. You can't see the scroll bar over here, but we're only about halfway done. All right, ability, Opening Road. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active Pokemon, you may move any number of energy from your other Pokemon to it. I almost got hope. I almost had hope that this was what I thought it was. I almost thought that this was just I thought it was gonna be a Russian ability. I thought we were gonna get Keldeo back. I thought we were gonna get Keldeo EX Russian back, but no. This could be good, though. We'll see what Psyshield Bash does. Requires 3 colorless energy for 40 damage. This attack does 40 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. Again, it would need 8 energy to 1-shot, 4 energy plus Choice Belt to consistently 2-shot. Yeah. Okay, I will say... I saw Opening Road and I saw him like, rushing forward, and I had a little bit of hope that we had another horse type Pokemon with the Russian ability, but this is actually a pretty good card. I think this is actually a pretty solid card. It's a pretty solid cleanup card for any big energy decks. Even the Arceus decks could use this as a good finisher to just one-shot somebody. They often end up with a lot of energy on the field. I mean, hell, Flaffy Rayquaza decks, if you really need to throw something, that's not an electric type, this is not a terrible one. It doesn't fix your fighting weakness, but maybe. This card's not bad. It's a 2. It's a 2. It's legitimately okay. I don't see that much potential. I don't think it's like actually gonna be in decks, but it could be worse. Switch card, trainer item. Switch your active base Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, heal 30. Oh, has to be a basic. Okay, I was about to be very confused as to why they would print this. It's a Tofungus ad, and it's the only ad I'm getting on this page, and it's gross. It's a really gross picture. I hate it. This is interesting. If there is like a basics only deck, this would just replace Switch. The problem is I'm not thinking of any decks that are like only basics. Like there's the Galarian Birds deck that there's the Arceus V Galarian Birds deck, but Arceus V is often the Pokemon you're trying to get out of the active. Once the birds are in the active, you don't really have a problem there. I don't know. Like this card is good. I just don't know if it's that good. I am gonna give it a 3. Like it's depending on the way you build your deck, it's just Switch with upside. So, who knows? Okay, scroll quickly. Okay. Trekking shoes, I believe. Yep. Trainer item. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into your hand or discard it and draw 1 card. Oh, so either way, you get a card to your hand. Wait, that's actually pretty good. Ooh, I like this card. It's not busted. Will it see play is the question? Probably not. So it's another 2. But like, not a bad one. You get it. It replaces itself. But you essentially just get to filter the top card of your deck. Not bad. Okay. Unidentified fossil. It's just the fossil evolution card. In terms of the ways that you can use fossils, I will give this card a 3. That doesn't mean the card itself is good. It's just this is the best way they're going to make the mechanic work. It just is. I hate to break it. It's just the best way for the fossil mechanic to work. It's a 3. Featherball. Trainer item. Search deck for a Pokemon with 0 tree cost for... Excuse me? This has to be busted. This has to be broken in something, right? There's no way it's not broken in something. This is a 3. What the hell? I can't think of anything off the top of my head, at least not right now, that it's good at. But this has to be doing something broken and expanded. And it'll probably do something nasty in the future, in standard. I'm giving this card a 3. That is... Oh, there has to be something. There has to be something that's good. I can't think of it, though. Yeah, 3. I can't think of anything that makes this good, but it seems very strong. All right, Adaman. Trainer Supporter. Discard 2 metal energy cards from your hand. Metal Supporter. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This is great. This is perfect. This is... You have Adaman, 2 metal cards in your hand. You use it, search out the Dialga, search out the energy you need to put it on, put down the Dialga, put down the energy, switch into the active however the hell you need to, use the attack. You have 3 energies on that bad boy already, and you're good to go. This card is nasty. This is actually, legitimately, this is a 4. I think this card's gross. This is really good. I'm getting all sniffly. Bro, what? This card's nasty. What the hell? Okay. This is good in Zacian decks. This is just good in metal decks. You play a few energy searches. You play like 14 metal energy. You're good every time. What the hell? All right. Gardenia's Vitality. Trainer, draw 2 cards, then attach up to 2 grass energy cards from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. Is this set just busted? What the... Excuse all the toe fungus ads. Those are the only ads that I'm getting. I hate it. Plus Shaman, plus Leafeon, Gardenia. The grass deck is coming together, man. The grass deck is coming together. This is nasty. Gardenia. I'm giving this thing another 4. It's 2 grass energy attachments. You still get the card draw. What is this? What is this set? Astral Radiance is going to be a bonkers set. Not because everything's like broken. It's just, I think the overall power level of standard is just going to rise considerably after this set. We're only halfway through. This is really exciting because this will be approaching what Worlds format will be. There will be one more set, I think, before Worlds. Because, you know, June, July, August. Yeah, there'll be one more set right before Worlds. But, like, this is a really exciting set, legitimately. Because I think it's going to spawn several good archetypes. Even if they might just be Arceus V-Star archetypes. I think they're going to be legitimately good archetypes. All right. Drawn to you have one more card. This is a funny... This is a pretty funny card. Draw until you have one more card in your hand than your opponent has in theirs. I'm going to give it a 2. You're never going to play this, but this is pretty funny. All right, Gapejaw Bog. That is one hell of a name. Is that the actual name of the place in the game? If it is, that's bonkers. Whenever either player plays a basic Pokemon from their hand on their bench, there's so many cards that synergize with damage counters. This card's great. This is a 4 as well. This is legitimately a 4. I think Bisharp plus Gapejaw Bog might actually be just a really good deck. I don't know if it'll be busted, but I think it's just gonna be really solid. I think it's just gonna be good. So, because what? Then you're doing, because it's 30 damage for each damage counter, you're doing 120 damage with 1 energy in a stadium. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. I mean, 120. You could even be doing 180. You can even be doing 180 with this. This is a good card. This is a 4. Like, just 2 free damage counters is nasty. 2 free damage counters is nasty, man. Space Juggler. Card translations. The other half of the set. This will probably be another 1/3 of our Astral Radiance set coming out next month. Beedrill V. Grass, 210 HP basic Pokemon. Twin Needle. Grass energy for 40 times damage, flip 2 coins, whatever, it's bad. For 2 grass and a colorless Swarming Sting. This attack does 50 damage times the number of Beedrill V you have in play. The number of Beedrill V in play you have to one of your opponent's Pokemon. 4 of these bad boys in play is doing 200 damage. All right, it's a fun gimmick. I'll give it a 2. I don't think it'll be good, but I think it's a fun gimmick. It's a 2. All right, Hisuian Voltorb, and only 210 HP. It could be good. It could be okay. I doubt it, though. Hisuian Voltorb, Grass, 50 HP, basic Pokemon for no energy. Chipper, excuse me. This is so interesting. Chipper Charge. You can use this attack only if you go second and only on your first turn. Well, this feels very similar. Choose up to 2 of your benched Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search deck for basic energy card and attach to that Pokemon on the shelf of your deck. This is a good card. This is also quite good. No energy commitment, and it is in fact energy acceleration. Is it as good as RCSV's Trinity Charge? No, and unless, let's take a look at Sweet Electrode. Triple draw, draw 3 cards, Irritation Bomb, 50 damage. And no. I will give this thing a 2. This thing is not bad. Could be worse. This is a 1. This thing is no good. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's a 1. Kricketot, 60 HP grass basic Pokemon. For a colorless, you have Trip Over, 10 plus damage. Flip a coin. If heads, attack does 20 more damage. 1. Bad. Cricketoon, 90 HP for a grass stage 1. Ability, Overflowing Melody. The HP of each grass Pokemon you have is increased by 40. You can't apply more. Oh, damn. Damn, this was almost busted. This was almost a broken card. Instead, it's just okay. It's an okay card. Overflowing Melody. That puts a lot of your grass Pokemon out of one-shot range, or at least puts them very, very close to being out of one-shot range. Hisuian Lilligant V Star, for example, gets pretty bulky with this. Leafeon V gets pretty bulky with this. The fact that it doesn't stack just hurts a little bit. It just hurts a little bit. I'm still gonna give it a 2. I don't think it'll be used, but I think it's nifty, so I'm giving it a 2. Again, lots of 2s this set. There's a lot of things that, again, I'm seeing potential in, like legitimately good, like legitimate potential. Could be techs here and there, could potentially spawn an archetype here or there, or be the glue that something needs. Rowlet, a grass Pokemon with 60 HP. It is a basic Pokemon. Once again, for a colorless energy, you have Jump On for 10 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, attack does 10 more damage. Tree cost a 1, fire weakness times 2. It's a 1. It's not a good card. Dartrix, 90 HP. Stage 1, colorless, flap, 30 damage. Triple colors, sharp wings, 60 damage. Weak to water. That's not true. It's weak to fire. Again, these translations, man. This is a 1. Not a good card. Blipbug, again, the Hisuian... I can't even remember his name. The Hisuian Owl. The big owl boy. Why can I not remember his name? What the hell? I'm having a major brain fart here. Whatever. I know he's a flying type. Or I know he's a fighting type. Jesus Christ. How can I not remember his name? Blipbug, grass, 50 HP for a basic Pokemon. A grass on the colors, not 30 damage. Decidueye. There you go. Thank you, Rocco. Thank you. 50 damage, weak to fire, retreat cost 1. Nope, 1. Looks crunchy. Oh my god, it's a felt environment and it's a knitted Blipbug. This stuff is so cute, man. This shit is so goddamn cute. The art's so good. All right. Anyways, Dottler, grass, 80 HP, stage. I can't escape the toes. I can't escape these goddamn toes. I hate it. All right. Dottler, art not as cute, but still quite adorable. He's studying up. He's being smart. Barrier attack for a grass and a colorless, 30 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's still bad. 1. I hate these ads, man. I hate them. I don't know why these are the only ones I'm getting. Normally they change it up. All right. Orbital, grass, 110 HP, stage 2, evolves from Dottler. This is extremely low HP for a stage 2. This card better be busted. Otherwise, you're never going to want to play it. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve Pokemon, you can attach it with 300 cards from your opponent's discard pile to... For 2 colorless, Mystery Wave, 30 plus damage, the attack does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. This sucks! This is a bad card! What? Max, you're doing like... I mean... This is so situational. There's a world where you're just one-shotting Arceus V-Stars. And then there's also the world where you're not KOing Muse. And it requires your opponent to have 3 energy in the discard. I mean, like, I see... Okay, it's a cool design. I will say, this is a very, like, whoever made this, they were having a really fun time with this. It's a very interesting design. And I'm not sure it's garbage. I'm not sure it's completely garbage. I'm basically debating whether or not I'm giving it a 2 or a 1. This thing is never going to be this thing is never going to be an actual meta thing, but like it is kind of nifty. You might be able to get some cheesy wins with it. I don't think it's completely garbage because like RCSV, Galarian Zapdos, Galarian Moltres, they'll all get killed by this, but the problem is getting those 3 energies into your opponent's discard. Which, like, if you play hammers, if you play a lot of hammers, it's possible. If you play the red sporters, it's possible. I just don't think it's good. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm not gonna completely dog on it. I am gonna give it a 2, but it's too. This just requires too much work. It just requires too much effort. I like where they were going. It just requires too much effort on a Pokemon that's just gonna get instantly clapped back. So. It is what it is. Ponyta, fire 60 HP basic Pokemon for a fire energy flame tail 20 damage. 1, retreat cost of 1 as well. Rapidash, 100 HP for a stage 1 fire. Fire, flare, 30 damage. Well, fire and a colorless ring of fire, 50 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. It can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. It's a 1. Sorry, 50 damage plus burn, not enough. The can't retreat really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that much. It's not full on paralysis. They can still just attack you back. And they're not really going to care that they're taking a total of 90, even 110 damage. They're just not going to care. Torkoal for a fire, 110 HP basic Pokemon. For a fire and a colorless Stampede, 30 damage. For a fire and 3 colorless Flamethrower, 130 damage. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. That's not bad. On a basic, if you can get this thing charged up, only having to discard 1 energy is pretty good. The problem is, it takes 4 energy, and there's not really good ways to power up fighting Pokemon. In theory, you could get an Arceus V-Star on the case, but if you did, you would probably just rather be attacking with Arceus V-Star. So, 1. Heatran V, 220 HP for a basic fire Pokemon V. This art is sick. This is cool. I like it. For a fire and a colorless hot burn for 30 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. See, if this says hot burn, why don't they make it like they take an additional 20 damage between turns? That would have been pretty fun. For 2 fire and a colorless lava fall, 90 plus damage. If you have a stadium card in play, this attack does 90 more damage. That's pretty nifty. 3 energy, 180 damage. Isn't the worst thing in the world. Could be better. Could be worse. Does require a stadium in play, but in the current state of things, I wonder if it requires you to have a stadium in play, or if this is just a translation error. Like if it requires that it's your stadium and not just a stadium, which honestly, it would be a little weird if it required specifically you to have a stadium. If that's the case, this is much worse. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt though, and say this is a 2 and not just a, oh, you play it because you have to in order to get Heatran VMAX. I'm going to say it's a 2 though. It's not, I don't think it's terrible. Heatran VMAX for a fire, 330 HP VMAX Pokemon evolves from Heatran V. Ability, Lava Enhancement. Once during your turn, if you have a stadium card in play, you may heal 50 damage from this Pokemon. I think it does have to be you, which kind of sucks. For 2 fire and a colorless Magneton, 180 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. This is disappointing. You got me kind of hyped. You got me disappointed. A 1. Bad. Alright, Psyduck, 60 HP, basic Pokemon for a colorless. Spacing out, flip a coin, if heads, heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. Water and a colorless Ram for 20 damage. Retreat cost of 1 and a weakness. Lightning energy times 2. 1, not a good card. Golduck, 100 HP, stage 1, water. Pokemon for a water and a colorless Aqua Edge for 50. 2 water and a colorless for Entertainment Dive. Discard both active Pokemon and all attached cards. 2. It's a fun gimmick. Maybe it does something. But it's not going to be competitive at all. Could be a fun cheese thing, but it requires so much energy. Actually, you know what? No, this is a 1. That's too much energy for just a stupid gimmick that's not a knockout. Love Disc, 70 HP for a basic water. For a colorless matching outfits, both players reveal the top 2 cards of their deck and put those cards into their hand. 2 colorless tackle, 30 damage. There's got to be some sort of mill stall strategy where this is good. Mill, there's stall control. There has to be something with that. There has to be. 2. I'm giving it a 2. Some control player is going to make this thing busted in like a year. You'll see. You'll see. I promise you. It's not going to be me. I don't do that type of stuff, but somebody will. Regice, water, 130 HP, basic Pokemon for colors. Another Regigate for 2 water and it colors Blizzard Bind. 100 damage if the same Pokemon is a Pokemon V. It can't attack during your opponent's next turn. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's a 1. It's not good. Whoop. All right, Shellos. No, oh, no. I clicked the ad. Shellos, 70 HP, water, basic Pokemon for a colorless, rain, splash, 10 damage. Triple colorless for surf, 30 damage. Oh, come on. I know it's a basic. You could have at least made the triple energy requirement do a little more damage. It's a 1. I know. That's, ugh. Wait, where the fuck? They must have made Gastrodon a fighting type. Okay, Glaceon, 110 HP for a water evolution. Frost Veil for a water 30 damage. Prevent all damage on this Pokemon by attacks of evolution Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. I love this gimmick. This is a really good gimmick. I know, I just fixed it now. It's disgusting. I just gotta dump bleach on it. Ugh, it's terrible. I like this though. I like this attack. Speaking of stall, like the problem is that pretty much every deck now has a basic Pokemon. There's no more like, oh, you're only your VMAXs. Sometimes your Pokemon V's attack. So I like the attack. It's not going to actually do anything. I'm still going to give it a 2 just out of respect for the gimmick. Origin Palkia V. Let's see if you match up to the Dialga. There's a lot of water support. Melanie exists. Capacious Bucket exists. Frostmoth is still going to exist for a little while longer with that Deluge ability. So let's check it out. For a water energy domain ruler, search deck for a stadium card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Interesting. A fun little way to manifest like the space juggler aspect of it. 2 water and a colorless Hydro Break, 200 damage. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. That's not terrible. I'll give it a 2. This is interesting. I don't think it's good. Again, I've seen these, I just don't remember them that well. Weak to lightning, retreat cost of 2, whatever. All right, Origin Palkia V-Star, respectable, 280 HP. For 2 water, Spatial Swell, 60 plus damage. The attack does 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. This is pretty solid. This is pretty good. Maximum, this is going to be doing 300 damage. Most time, it's probably going to be hovering around 240 damage total. People don't always fill up their bench, especially when they know they're playing against something that really wants you to fill up your bench. But even this thing is only doing 240 every attack. It is still quite good. V-Star Portal, the V-Star Power. Once during turn, you may use this ability. Attach up to 3 water energy from discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you like. Whoa! Just free charge them up. That's pretty good. This card's pretty good. 4. I'm giving this thing a 4 as well. Water decks are good. There's a lot of good water support right now. I mean, honestly, unfortunately, this is probably just going to be an addition in the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX decks, but I could legitimately see this being its own thing. Potentially even throwing in Suicune V. Suicune V is probably just the better version of this, legitimately, with Blizzard Rondo, 2-shotting everything anyways, but this gives you the potential to one-shot a lot of things. So I like it. I think it's a good card. 4, once rotation happens, I think this will legitimately be a good deck. I think Melanie will still be in the format as well, so... even if it didn't get reprinted, this only requires 2 water energy. It's super fucking easy to charge up. Excuse my profanity. All right, Bergmite, 70 HP for a basic water Pokemon, 2 water and 2 colorless. Icicle, 40 damage. Tree cost of 2, weak to metal. 1. I like the 70 HP, but does not recover its sins of requiring 3 energy. Hisuian Avalugg. I didn't even know there was a Hisuian Avalugg. What? 140 HP for a stage 1 water type that evolves from Bergmite. Ability, Thick Ice. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. I like it if he had 20 more HP. For 2 water and 2 colorless, Mountain Gate, 100 plus damage. If there's any stadium card in play, this attack does 120 more damage. Now then discard that card. 4 energy, it's just too much. It only does 220. You have to discard the stadium card in play. It's not terrible. It doesn't have to be yours. It just has to be a stadium card. I will give it a 2. It could be worse, but it could also be a lot better. Togepi, 50 HP for a basic Psychic Pokemon. Ability, Happy Touch. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may heal 10 damage from your active Pokemon. 1. Whatever. Togetic, Psychic 80 HP, evolves from Togepi, ability Happy Voice. When you place one from hand to all your opponent during turn, you heal 30 damage from your active Pokemon. Again, 1. This ability is not good. Happy Shine, when you place one from hand to all when your Pokemon during your turn, you heal 9 damage from your active Pokemon. It's not good, right? It's not good, right? It's not good. These aren't good. These are all 1s. You know what? I'm just gonna hold to it. These are all 1s. These are all bad. If they had no retreat cost and you could use the Feather Ball to get them, they would be good. But they have a retreat cost of 1, so they're bad. They're all 1s. Uxie, 70 HP. I hate you. 70 HP basic psychic Pokemon for a colorless wise guidance. Search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So you just gotta go find any card? I actually don't think that's good. One thing that I've come to learn recently about Pokemon as opposed to other card games is that there are a lot of things about Pokemon that if they were in other card games, they'd be busted. They'd be absolutely broken. But in Pokemon, it's like, they're pretty good, or they're okay. And Pokemon is much more about like affecting directly the board, not just getting outright card advantage, because there is so much inherent card advantage in the way that the game is played. There is so much card draw. There is so much search. There is so much of everything, and it is all about whether or not you can then capitalize on it by getting energy onto the board and attacking. And right now, there are attacks that cost effectively this much energy and will either one-shot somebody or directly impact the board in some way and have an actual impact, either be through adding energy to the board, KOing KOing your opponent's Pokemon, whatever. It's about directly affecting the board. And so just being able to search a card with an attack, it's not very good. It's not very good. If this was search deck for an energy and put it and attach it to one of your Pokemon, like if this was search your deck for an energy, just any energy, and attach to your Pokemon, then maybe you could talk. Maybe you could talk, but even then it's not that good. Just searching for a card as an attack it just doesn't cut it. Being able to recycle something like we saw Regieleki that add an item card from your discard to your hand. That's good because it renews your resources and allows you to keep using your resources. Getting the resource to your hand isn't the problem. It's about being able to continue using them and being able to directly affect the board, which is why Uxie, unfortunately, you get a 1. Mesprit, 70 HP basic Pokemon ability, Mental Shroud. If you have Uxie and Azelf and play your Pokemon have no weakness, 2 psychic headbutt, 30 damage, 1. Azelf, 70 HP, Psychic Mind Bend, 30 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Again, bad, 1. Alright, Inkay, Psychic, 60 HP basic Pokemon. For a Psychic Energy, you have Fickle Attack, 30 damage. Flip a coin if Tails' attack does nothing. It's a 1. Malamar, 110 HP, Stage 1 Psychic Pokemon. There is already a competitively relevant Malamar. Malamar is one of the Pokemon that's like not a legendary that has been surprisingly competitive throughout its various printings in the game. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. So we'll see if this is good. Synchrokinesis for a Psychic Energy does 30 plus damage. Both players reveal their hands. If any of the cards in your hand has the same name as any of the cards in your opponent's hand, this attack does 90 more damage. Psychic in 2 colors, a Psychic Sphere, 80 damage. This is interesting. I don't think it's good, but it's very interesting. A lot of decks run a lot of similar cards. Everybody runs Professor's Research. Everybody runs Boss's Orders. Everybody runs Marnie. Everybody runs Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, all that jazz. This is... pretty much everybody runs a very similar set of trainer cards. This is a very interesting card. It's not any good at all, but I am going to give it a 2 out of respect for the gimmick. 2 out of respect for the gimmick. It's not actually good, but if somebody can pull this off on you, great. Makuhita, 80 HP, basic fight. Big thing, basic Pokemon. For fighting in a colorless, fake out 20 damage with a coin, fetch your opponent's Pokemon, 1, bad. Hariyama, 140 HP, just give him 160 HP, you cowards. Stage 1 evolves from Makuhita, fighting in the colorless, thrust down, 40 damage, flip a coin of heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, whatever. Fighting in 2 colorless, muscle slap, 100 damage, this attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. 1, garbage, no good, don't play it. Fighting HP, 130 basic Pokemon, has the same attack as all the other Regis do. 2 fighting and colorless for Giga Impact, 140 damage. Can't attack during next turn. 1, bad. The Regis are so disappointing. Here's the Gastrodon. Look how cute they are. Look at them. Inferior Swamperts. 130 HP, stage 1 evolves from Shellos. For colorless energy, you have Recover. Discard an energy card from this Pokemon and heal all damage from it. Not bad if this thing wasn't going to get one-shot every time. For 2 fighting in a colorless Earthquake, 170 damage. This attack does 20 damage to each your bench Pokemon because screw them, that's why. I mean, Earthquake is okay. There are a lot of things that like having damage counters, but having to commit the 3 energy for it is just not it. It's a 1, unfortunately. Carbink. Fight Fig Thing, 90 HP basic Pokemon. For a colorless, you have Lucky Find. Search your deck for 2 item cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This is maybe better than Uxie because it gets you 2 cards, and it gets you 2 item cards, which again, if you get item cards, you can search pretty much anything else in your deck that you need, and the second card could legitimately be quite strong. It's just, again, you're losing your attack for it. You're not recycling anything. You're pretty much always gonna be able to go and find the cards you need in Pokemon. You're always gonna be able to go and find them. That's not going to be the problem, is getting them into your hand. It's going to be recycling them and getting them onto the board in terms of energy. So I do like, the 1 more, we'll give it 1 more point than Uxie. I'll give you a 2. You still have 1 retreat cost, which is quite good. Fighting into colorless for 80 damage. Slap a choice belt on it for 110. You're doing 220 to Arceus Vs. It does KO him, but I don't think it's not that good. It's a little better. Here he is, Hisuian Decidueye. 160 HP for a stage 2 Fig Thing Pokemon. For no energy, Cutting Talon, 30 times damage. This attack does 30 damage times the number of damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. This is not bad, but it's not great. For fighting in 2 colorless Direct Arrow, this attack does 8 damage to 20 of your opponent's Pokemon. It's okay. I feel like I said before that this card was, I feel like I've gone over this card before and I said it was like really good. It's okay at best. There's not really, you would need a lot of damage counters on a Pokemon to be able to one-shot it with the Decidueye. And as a stage 2, really that's what you should be doing, because it takes so much commitment to get another one out. You need to be getting very close to one-shotting or just one-shotting. And it would require, what, 6 damage counters to one-shot an Arceus V? Yeah, it would require 6 damage counters to one-shot an Arceus V. That would bump you up to 240 damage. And it's not it. It's just not it. Once, if you can just freely get 6 damage counters on a Pokemon, you can probably just KO them at that point with literally anything else. So I'm going to say not worth it. I'm actually going to end up giving this thing a 1. The no energy is nice, and the direct arrow is not a terrible attack, but it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Cleaver V. This is one that I have not seen before for sure. So let's check it out. 210 HP for a basic. Oh my god, a new ad. Let's go! Oh my god, no more toes. Oh my god. Fighting. Cut. 40 damage for 2 fighting and a colorless Battle Axe Slash. 150 damage. Discard 1 energy card from this Pokemon. Then discard an energy from... Ooh! Card from your opponent's active Pokemon. Weak to Grass. Retreat cost of 2. This card alone is actually pretty solid. I don't mind this card. 150 damage plus a choice belt, 2 shots everything. You get to discard a card from your you just get to discard from your opponent's active Pokemon. You just get it. There's no coin flip. You have to discard 1, but that doesn't matter. Yo, this card's kind of sick. I want to give it a 3. That's legitimately pretty good. It's good disruption. Okay, I feel like I have to go get sugar. I have to go get some Gatorade Sugar Zero now. Or Sugar Zero. Oh my god, I watched too much Valorant this weekend. Zero sugar. Okay. Cleaver V-Star. That's not even the end of the Cleaver stuff. 270 HP. Again, perfectly respectable for a V-Star. For fighting in a close. Break Axe. This 120 damage. The attack also does 6 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon V. It's a little disappointing, but... Actually, no, it's not. I like these attacks. I will say it's not in theme with this. I would have liked more of this style of attack on the V-Star, because I think this is a really cool, interesting attack. We've seen a ton of these, and while I do always like them, I think they're always good. These Night Spear style of attacks, I don't think it's good enough these days. At least not unless it does like 150 or 160 damage to the active. Unless you can two-shot and also do damage to the bench, it's just not worth it. And to be fair, you're getting pretty close to being able to two-shot some stuff. If you manipulate damage counters the right way, you'll be fine, but the 2 energy is what brings it down. Even if it costed 1 more energy, I would have liked that if this just did 160 damage. But alas, it is what it is. The V-Star power, though, maybe makes up for it. Rampaging Star. Only cost of fighting energy. This attack does 30 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. There's no cap. 10 Pokemon in your discard, 300 damage. 11's a one-shot on pretty much everything. Unless your opponent has like impact energy. This is not bad. I'll also give this card a 3. Break Axe is pretty good. Rampaging Star isn't terrible. I think the card is solid. It could have its own deck. It could be its own thing. It's not weak. It's a fighting type that's not weak to Mew, which is important. That is relevant. It has a phenomenal time against Arceus decks, and it's fine into Mew. It's okay. It's okay going into Mew. It does, and so could be worse. This could be worse. I'll give it a 3. And like when I say could be worse than this time, it's actually quite good. It's quite solid. It could very well be its own deck with, probably paired with a couple other things. I don't know what, but we'll give it a 3. The energy costs are low enough that it could be quite good. All right, moving on. Hisuian Sneasel, 70 HP, basic dark Pokemon. For a colorless scratch, 10 damage. For dark and a colorless claw slash, 30 damage. 1. Hisuian Sneasler, 120 HP, stage 1, evolves from Hisuian Sneasel. Nice try. Ability, Carrying Climb. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 colorless less. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's pretty solid. For Dark and a colorless Claw slash for 60 damage. It's a free Air Balloon. Maybe once Air Balloon rotates, this could be important to some decks. I doubt it, but I'm gonna give it a 2. That's not a bad card. Again, some of these stage 1s with abilities are pretty decent gimmicks. Could be a lot worse. Hisuian Sneasler V, 190 HP, basic dark Pokemon. For no energy, Poison Claws, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. That's pretty solid. For a dark and a colorless, a Dire Claw, 80 times damage. The attack does 80 damage for each special condition affecting your opponent's active Pokemon. We found what to use the Hisuian Typhlosion for. Of course, you do still need to have a mix of Psychic and Dark energies, which is a little unfortunate. But hey, then you're doing 160 damage each time with Hisuian Sneasler V if you can make that pop off. It's a 2-prize attacker. The HP is a little low. I'll give it a... man, okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to make it work. It's hard. I'm going to give it a 2. I don't think this is very good in standard, but I think it might be busted in expanded. This thing is probably a 5 in expanded. It's really, really easy to inflict status conditions in expanded. 3, 4 status conditions, I believe, is just like, it's just so easy. It's so easy to do. So keep an eye out on this in expanded. I think it can be quite good as a 2-prize attacker. Darkrai, just a regular Darkrai, 120 HP for a basic dark Pokemon. Dark and a colorless for Nightmare, 30 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. For 2 dark and a colorless, Jet Black Blade, 130 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. This is not a good card. Even this thing a 1. Shieldon, 100 HP for a stage 1 metal Pokemon, evolves from unidentified fossil. Look at this thing. Look at this. He's out in the wild. Just a little toy just out in the wild. It's so freaking cute, bro! Look at him! Anyways. Metal and a colorless, hard, headbutt, 30 damage, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effective attack, blah, 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 blah. 2 metal and colors confront 100 damage, blah, blah, blah. It's not bad. 100 damage is a good chunk of damage. Resistant retreat of 3. I mean, 100 HP, but it's just not good. I hate to say it. It's just not good. It's a 1. Bastiodon, can you recover it? 160 HP. You're a stage 2, bro. You're a stage 2. Have 170 HP. Ability, Ancient Stronghold. Each of your Pokemon takes 30 less damage from the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon V, and it does stack. Okay, 160. I like the 160 HP on this now. Okay, this is not bad. For two metal energy and a colorless iron tackle, 180 damage. This Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. Okay, well, why would you even? Now it doesn't even matter. Now this doesn't even matter. All right, 1. You're garbage. You're bad. You're trash. You're trash. 60 HP for a metal basic Pokemon is this Bronzor. For a metal and a colorless Metal Press, 20 damage. Flip a coin if heads. Your opponent's Pokemon is now paralyzed. Fire weakness ×2. Grass resistance -30. Retreat cost of 1. You two, my friend, are a 1. Bronzong, 130 HP, stage 1. Metal Pokemon evolves from Bronzor. Ability, Heat Proof. Prevent all damage on this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's fire Pokemon. Metal 2 colorless hammer and 100 damage. Very, very niche. Very, very bad. 1. I mean, I like the gimmick of Heat Proof, but there's no good fire types right now. There's no good fire deck. The art is sick. I love the art. Art style's banging. Just not good enough. Magearna. What's this ad? Okay, well, fair enough. Magearna, metal, 90 HP, basic Pokemon. Metal, Gear Cutter, 20 damage. Automaton Beam, 60 plus damage. This Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached. This attack does 60 more damage. Your opponent's Pokemon is not confused. 1. I mean, again, the art's so good. The art is great, man. They're paying their artists. They better be paying their artists well, because they're putting out some awesome stuff. This is not a good card. Regidrago. We finally get another dragon type showing up. 130 HP for a basic Pokemon. Ability, Dragon's Treasure. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand. You can't use more than 1 Dragon's Treasure ability each turn. Retreat cost of 3 is the big thing here. The attack does not matter. This is a 1. Come on, bro. What is this? This is cool. I didn't know that was a thing. It's a 1. Lickitung, colorless, 110 HP, basic Pokemon for 2 colorless, Drool, 30 damage, weak to fighting, retreat cost of 4. It's a 1. Licky, 140 HP. Just bump that up. Just bump it up a little bit. Just a little bit. 160 HP, so it's out of 2 Fusion Strike Energy plus Power Tablet range. 2 colorless, Tongue Slap, 50 damage. 4 colorless, Heavy Impact, 130 damage. Doesn't matter. It's a 1. Eevee, again. We gave you a 2 last time. Giving you a 2 this time. Same difference. Teddy Ursa. Look how adorable. 70 HP for a basic colorless Pokemon. For a colorless energy, gather food. Flip a coin if heads. Put an item card from discard pile into your hand. We saw a better version of that, and it was a 4. The coin flip makes it very bad. This is a 1, especially with the 70 HP. Ursa Ring. 130 HP. Stage 1 evolves from Teddy Ursa. For a colorless continuous slap, 40 times damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 20 damage times the number of heads. Triple colorless strength, 100 damage. It's not good. It's a 1. But what is this? Ursa Luna. Colorless, 100 HP, 180 HP. Stage 2. 180 HP. Let's go. For a colorless, Pete Hunt. Put 2 cards from discard pile into your hand. Stage 2. Massive Riposte. 200 damage. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Now this I can get behind. Put on a choice belt. It's KOing Pokemon Vs. You're 2-shotting literally everything in the form. Retreat cost of 4, a little rough. Discarding 2 energy, could be better. This is not a bad card. I'm gonna give it a 2. The art's kind of, I'm gonna be honest, Nagimiso, this was not your best work, my friend. But the card overall is gonna get a 2. Could be worse. Oranguru V. Honestly, it's about time. 210 HP for a basic Pokemon. Order is the ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may search deck for 2 Pokemon tool cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. It's not bad, but requiring the active is rough. For triple colorless Psychic, 30 plus damage, the attack does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Yeah, it's just Psychic. It's a good attack. Doing 50 more for each energy attached is actually quite solid. I mean, maybe there's a world where the Orbeetle plus this just one-shots everything, because this is doing 180 damage, right? Actually, I think this is just the same as the Orbeetle, but you just use the Orbeetle ability. And then you use Oranguru to try to take the KOs, because it has just 100 additional HP. I'll give this a 2. Searching for the tools is interesting. Psychic is just a cool attack. There might be some synergies somewhere that make this a half-decent card. Weakness of fighting sucks, though. Komala, 100 HP, free colorless basic Pokemon. Ability, 'twas all a dream. If this Pokemon is asleep, when it gets knocked out by a damage from an opponent's Pokemon attack, your opponent doesn't take any prize cards for it. Collapse, 60 damage, this Pokemon is now asleep. 2 colors can be used with double turbo energy. Interesting card. I'm going to give it a 2. Again, somebody somewhere. There's good control cards here. There's good control cards here. Could be quite good. Energy Lotto. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal an energy card you find there, put it in your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Just the worst energy search. 1. I can't believe that they were hyping bringing this card back. That's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's not a good card. Unidentified Fossil. Again, I gave it a 3. Hisuian Heavy Ball. Look at your face down prize cards. You may reveal a basic Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Then shuffle this Hisuian Heavy Ball into your remaining prize cards and put them back face down. I can't really think of any card or of any deck that legitimately wants this. Like, there's no... Isn't there a Durant deck? I think there's a Durant deck. Or not a deck, but at least I think there's a Durant that it's the same as the old Durant. That mills for how many Durants you have on the field. So this could actually be good. I'm gonna give it a... Okay. Purely because of the potential for Durant to exist, I'm going to give this card a 2. Alright. Super Effective Glasses. Nice name. It's a Pokemon tool. When the Pokemon this card attached to does damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and that damage is affected by weakness, the weakness becomes times 3 instead. Holy Jesus! It's a 2 just for the potential that has. Alright. Irida. Alright. Adaman was really good, Irida. If you can, you know... I can't even think what I'm trying to say. Irida, come on. Sir, I believe in you. Just be as good as Adaman, and this set's going to probably just be my favorite set ever. Just in a very long time. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's Karina. It's a Karina. It's not bad. It might be pretty good and expanded where you can go get a water Pokemon and an Aqua Patch. I'll give you a 2. You could be worse, but damn, that's disappointing after how hyped that was for Adaman. Alright, Grant. Trainer Supporter. During this turn, your fighting Pokemon attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Once during your turn, if this card is in your discard pile, you may discard 2 cards except for Grant from your hand. If you do, put this card in your hand. This, I believe, is just an instant tech into Urshifu. Yeah, this is just an instant Urshifu tech. This is a 3. This card's quite good. Just 30 additional damage for freezies to the active. That's quite solid. Choi, both players reveal their hand, then you draw 3 cards. Information is good. I don't think this will be relevant, but I am gonna give this a 2. It's just I don't think it's that good. Temple of Sinnoh. Each special energy attached to a Pokemon and player provides colorless energy and has no other effect. This could be very good. This is a 3. This could be quite solid, actually. I have faith in that one. And oh, that's it.